Week 4 of the Find Me Off LCS. We got Team 4 versus Team 9, Champion Spotlight Austin versus Goldie and the Silver
Week 4
Dwarves. My name is Gerg7. With me, I got my bros over here, the Gnarls, the shit top laner, Barkley, aka Eric.
Hey,
And,
that's a me.
and then we also got Sebastian. All of my champions are getting nerfed because they're overpowered. Light Pulse 94. Caston,
That's
these
awesome,
games right here.
Man, that's about right.
talking
I don't want to talk about it. Every single one of my
about
champions.
all the champions getting nerfed, except Jace just got crazy buffs with the lethality buffs. But
Oh
whatever.
yeah, because that's what they were going for. In any case, we're gonna go ahead and hop into this game. So we got a Ban 1 Warwick coming out of
CSO.
Team 4. Yeah, CSO champion Spotlight Austin, and the Echo Ban from Goldie and the Silver Dwarves, and Cinder Ban as well. So these are target bans. It's pretty easy to see. Well, maybe not the Cinder. Cinder is actually really good at the moment.
In every meta ever for the rest of the year.
More than
The
likely.
Echo band's definitely a target band. Osita plays a pretty mean Echo jungle, and he's taken over some games on it.
That makes sense.
See,
Um,
I guess I've never mentioned it, but Warwick's not even allowed to be being played because he's a rework champion. But
See, there were some questions on that. We were unsure.
I should have
Camille,
been here. Oh
Has
well.
Stockman practicing the Camille?
has he?
I don't know.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
don't want
not that I've
Elucida to
seen.
have it?
Maybe, but I mean, we've talked about that last week, where Camille jungle just really isn't necessarily as strong as the top lane Camille.
You know, I'm actually pretty intrigued on that. I want to see if he wanted to pull out the Camille top lane.
I don't think so. I know Stock's been working on some new stuff, but I haven't seen him play the Camille.
Stock. Darius.
And then a Viban. Vi, the perennial god tier jungler in our LCS, her win rate's like 65, 70% or
Yeah,
something.
she's just ridiculous, man.
Yeah. That does leave Zach open for Chudo, provided that CSO doesn't just first pick it. We'll see how that goes. But I imagine if CSO doesn't pick it here first rotation, it's going over to Chudo for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves.
Yeah,
We got
so Stock hasn't really pulled out any Camille. He has maybe one game played on it. So I don't know.
Maybe it's for Elucida.
Elucida? Could be Elucida.
Maybe they're just saying you're not playing anything that's OP. Maybe. I don't know.
Elucida hasn't even pulled it out either.
So yeah, so hey.
Is
I
Camille,
think they're just.
did I miss something? Is one of my main champions really, really strong and I not know it? Is that
Have you
what's
been
happening
paying
here?
attention to competitive League of Legends 2 weeks?
Not really, no. But
She's
I haven't
like
really seen a lot of
100%.
people.
She's like 100% banned right now.
Oh, is she?
Who's that?
Camille.
Camille.
Well, did you guys hear that Camille support was picked today?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah,
Gate played it.
Uh-huh.
And they got
won the
first
crap
blood.
out of the game.
Yeah.
All right, so we got the Renekton pickup. That's one of the things I was talking about that Stock's been playing. That I'm not really too surprised to see him pull out something a little more carry oriented, a little more lane bully esque than the Nautilus that he's known for.
Rex Necton. But
I like
that's
it.
interesting that they put the priority there, though, because I mean, it does allow. Ooh, they know it. They know exactly what they want. The Zac Thresh, but I mean, it does allow kind of that counter pick there for the top lane. I mean, I'm surprised they would put priority on another lane. Maybe they just want to put Stock on like his most comfortable champion.
Could be it.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. But the Zac and the Thresh coming out. Zac, one of those junglers that you can't really underestimate because he just, he can kind of get to your backline pretty easily. See, I mean, this would have been the situation if they hadn't first picked it. They could have picked the Poppy and countered the Zac. But regardless, it's not the end of the world. I don't even know if Stock plays it.
They could still pick the Poppy and put him in the jungle. Not saying it's the best option, but it would give you that potential.
True. The top Zac, I'd like to see that.
The Gragas spelled wrong. Good job, buddy.
Gragos.
Probably
That's
going
that New
to
Mexico
Elucida.
education for you.
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
So
Yeah, to-
so
Go
Chudo so Chudo's on his most comfortable jungler at this point
Oh yeah.
with Zac, and he's still pretty strong. He's not as popular as he used to be, say, about a month to maybe 4 weeks ago. But honestly speaking, there hasn't been a lot of changes to there hasn't been a lot of changes to the jungle or the meta recently, minus the lethality that really affects Zac. So that's still a pretty strong pickup for Chudo. And I just don't think Gragas has the same what am I trying to say? Gragas doesn't exactly have the same potential that Zac really has. So Lucid is gonna have to be doing some work to try and counteract everything that Zac is gonna bring to the table, especially with
Gragas
those dives.
Gragas wouldn't be a bad, like, if he can be ahead of the game and scout and out vision against Zac, Gragas would still be alright just to be counter ganking and just kind of showing up where Chudo doesn't expect him to be. Because then the counter engage, disengage potential from Gragas is actually pretty strong. We got a Bard coming in for Allergic to Milk.
So
Yasuo and Jax for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves. I can only assume that Yasuo is going mid since they picked up the Jax in the same rotation.
So is that Zac jungle, Jack's top, I assume?
yeah,
That's what I'd assume. And I know Garfield Juice likes that Jax, so
that's gonna be Yasuo mid lane then.
that's what it's looking like. I'm just going to give counter pick opportunity over to DG Madheader. Ooh. We're in for a fun one tonight.
A
So we get the
baby.
Zed. Oh,
Okay.
man.
All right.
We're about to get hashtag LCS big plays up in here,
Hey,
yo.
but real talk, if he doesn't play like Faker, it's not worth.
Should be a fun matchup mid lane, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what we're going to get from the AD here. Are we going to see a Callista? With the Callista buffs that came in. It's not banned.
There it
is.
So
All
Callista Bard in the bot lane. You got Yasuo in the mid lane.
And then we got a counterpick ADC here. It's looking like GSD. Wonder what he's feeling like playing into the Callista.
Ezreal wouldn't be bad. You get away from... Well, actually, no. You don't have to even worry about the Zac. Ashe, maybe? Ashe
You could
for a
probably
little
put
bit of a pick.
anything. You could probably put anything into this comp. An Ashe, a Varus. You could put a Jhin in there. You could probably really put any AD carry in this comp.
Well, the,
You got
the downside
engaged.
of like an Ashe or a Varus and what gives them that, well, specifically the Varus is just his poke, but specifically the Ashe, what makes her so strong right now is the ability to just initiate whenever she wants with her ulti.
Right.
And he also kind of counters that a little bit.
Oh, yeah. that's
No,
true.
he'd be on that team.
Yeah.
That'd
yeah.
be.
Oh yeah, well he still counters it if he was on the other team.
Good analysis.
No, yeah, but the top 3 AD carries right now are for Scott Pilgrim to decide. You know, you got Varus, you got Ashe, and you got Jhin. So it's really what.
No,
Okay,
the thing I'm
so
worried about-
we should really establish that there is no time limit in Champ Select, so that way people don't, what?
And in the 80 carry.
I
I was
love
gonna
it.
say something about that.
What?
We were looking at a comp that had a Jax top, a Yasuo mid, and a Zac who's going to be a tank in the jungle. There really wasn't a sense of magic damage. And while Kennen, when you play AD carry, is still going to be dealing mostly magic damage, if you go for that Rage Blade, you'll actually be dealing quite a bit of magic damage come mid game. I think that's fun. I'm excited. We got us a good one coming in. The only thing I can think of otherwise is if it's actually a Yasuo AD carry with the Kennen mid, which is what it's actually looking like it might be from people locking in.
So they just
played all of us.
so we're not doing tourney draft mode on the custom?
I guess not. I hope they don't need to pause.
Oh,
Shout out
didn't even
to
realize it was set up.
shout out to Greg who made the game, but I guess we'll run with it.
So it's gonna be the Yasuo AD carry.
Can you not pause and
No.
draft pick?
No, you have to have tournament draft
It has
set
to be
up. To do
tournament
that.
That is dumb.
But it's fine. Hopefully they don't have to pause, but they do have Buddy, so
Buddy currently still has teleport. We'll see if he switches that over. I'm sure he will, but that would make it an even more interesting game if he forgets.
definitely.
So the teams are locked in here.
So it's actually
got
a
the
Yasuo AD carry.
Yeah.
Let us know who you think is gonna. Wait, is that Yasuo AD carry? It's gotta
yeah,
be a troll.
it's
We
Yasuo
all
AD
realize that
carry.
at different times. Good
It's
job,
gotta be a
team.
troll. It has to be a troll.
I mean, I guess
No?
they could swap it, but I feel
No,
like
They
that
can't
team-
swap.
Blind
It's
pick.
dra- It's blind.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my gosh. Are they doing the Thresh Yasuo?
They are.
They are.
Unless they like accidentally didn't realize you can't trade.
That.
That would
Hey.
be disastrous.
No, he has heal.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
Damn.
I think he is going for the Yasuo 80k. All right, well, it's locked in, so he's got the Yasuo 80 carry going.
And I actually really like that Kennen pick now because I think the Zed was picked up by CSO kind of as a answer to the Yasuo, something with as much outplay potential. But really, if you think about it, Kennen at level 6 is actually fairly safe when it comes to Zed because Zed can hop on him, but Kennen's got his ult. He's going to have the exhaust. He's going to have a buttload of damage that he can dish out to the Zed who's going to want to be within that ult radius, at least for a little while.
So
Not a bad
the
counter pick.
teams are locked in here. We got Team 4, aka Champion Spotlight Ashen, Renekton Gragas Zed, Callista Bard against Team 9, Goldie and the Silver Dwarves, looking at Jax, Zac, Kennen, Yasuo, Thresh. Let us know who you think is going to win in the stream here. You could tweet us at PMA. I'm just kidding. But let us know who you think is going to win.
Real talk, we should
Hashtag
probably
Team
set up
4, hashtag Team 9. Let us know in chat. Let us know. And if you're right at the end of the game, maybe Sebastian will give you a skin.
Possibly. What's the over/under on us actually getting a Twitter account?
Under 1,000%, because no one would follow it.
That's a lie.
I wouldn't follow it.
Wow, you're the admin. So this game's gonna be bloody because as of
Yeah.
right now, there are only 2 ranged champions on the board this entire game.
And it's all 3, 4.
I mean, yeah, I guess
Counting the supports.
I guess 3. I mean,
Well, because you have Thresh, Bard, Callista, Kennen.
yeah, but Thresher's gonna want to initiate / pick someone off, so he's gonna go in. So it's gonna be really bloody. It's gonna really depend on not a team not overextending like maybe by 1 or 2 steps. It's I don't know, man. It's up there. Packers gonna have a hard time pre-6 against Renekton because Renekton is just so much of a bully. It's not even funny.
Jax can play bully pre-6 too, though. I mean, I think it's kind of a
Not
that
pre-3.
lane can go- I agree with not pre-3. I think Packer definitely needs to wait till level 3 before any of that. But I say between levels 3 and 6, it could go either way in that lane.
You see, I just don't think so because Renekton has the rage. He has a lot of sustain early, and what Jax really falls off is him not having the Triforce items, him not having the levels. So Renekton, that's what I'm saying. Pre-6, Jax is just gonna have a terrible time until he gets those items, until he gets a little bit more under his belt. But before that, Stock's gonna be looking to just harass him out of lane and to delay that as much as possible, and for him to get as beefy as possible at the same time. So, that
I'm curious
that's
about
why.
something, Sebastian.
What's up?
Can the Jax Counter Strike stop the the Renekton stun? Because it's technically an empowered auto.
Yes.
So there's still an opportunity there for the Jax to make plays pre-6, provided that the mechanics are there.
Yes.
So I don't disagree that it could definitely be rough. Renekton's the premier lane bully, top lane. Always has been, likely always will be.
But yeah, so it's gonna be something to look at. I mean, honestly speaking, Stock just has to make sure that he doesn't try to empower auto while he has his Counter Strike up.
Yeah.
So as long as he has that pretty much in the back of his mind, which honestly you should whenever you go a Jax in general.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he should be fine, like I said, and plus he's going Courage of the Colossus, so it's pretty much in Stock's hand. That lane is all up to Stock, and Packer for the most part is going to have to look to survive. He can't give up kills to the Renekton. If he loses lane, it's not exactly going to be the worst part because he's going to split push later on in the game. That's what Jax does. So that's the main key factor for Packer in the top lane is don't give up kills, don't feed the Renekton, let the tower fall. If it has to fall early, so be it. Just farm until you become that split push monster.
Courage of the Colossus Jax?
It's actually pretty good. Packer, or Garrett rather, on earlier in the season, he actually pulled that out. Even though I scrutinized it a little bit because I was like, Jax, really? I don't think that really works in this type of meta. But he proved me really, really wrong.
Yeah,
so,
I remember that game.
Yeah, so he proved me wrong.
Are we gonna see the Thresh invade here?
Maybe.
Possibly.
Nah, it doesn't. Unless they do a delay invade here, it doesn't look like it. I like the Callista Bard there. That the blue synergy coming from the bottom lane. I like that. Yeah, I think it's really going to depend on, honestly, I think a big part of this game is going to come down to support impact. We've seen Sal's Bard impacting games. If he's able to, nullify the Zed damage with nullify the Kennen ultimate or the Jax damage with maybe a good stun, maybe a good Tempered Fate, it really could have a big impact. Same thing for Music Dude Thresh as well. As an example, if Gragas is coming in for a body slam, or Renekton's coming in, for the slice and dice. If Thresh is able to flay him away, that could have a big impact on their engage. Kind of counter what they're going with a little bit. I like the Yasuo did switch to exhaust bottom lane, by the way.
Yeah, I saw something about that. I was gonna say something, but
Maybe that's just for Zed ultimate. Yeah, the other day,
That's not bad.
Vitality was playing Splice,
Yeah.
and Splice had
The double exhaust. Yeah.
Vitality had Katarina, and the double exhaust kind of countered it a little bit. He couldn't really do much against it. It's interesting that he didn't go with an 80 carry though. Maybe they're just deciding that 80 carry 2017 is just really that bad, and we're just gonna go with Zen.
yeah.
Probably.
But typical starts coming out here. Nothing too special. Lanes kind of even for the most part. Not necessarily the two lanes that you're really going to see much aggression. Level 1, level 2 and 3. It's going to be interesting to see what bottom lane does for Gold and the Silver Dwarves. If they're going to be aggressive with the Yasuo, if they're going to kind of let to see if Champion Spotlight Auction makes a mistake. It's going to be interesting to see how they utilize that Yasuo 80 carry.
Nice Cosmic Mining from Allergic to Melt, laying down some damage. Thunderlords, the Bard is very nice for... It's not going to result in anything there in bot lane, but just a little bit of lane presence.
It actually forced Sal to, the Yasuo pick actually forced Sal to go exhaust rather than the ignite that a lot of really aggressive bards like to go to, because you can essentially half health the 80 carry relatively early in the lane. But it looks like here the exhaust coming out and the ignite, and they trade kills. Oh, Sal.
Allergic to Milk might have the way in on this threat.
No, he gets out alive.
So Portal Combat leads to nothing.
Gragas is currently sitting top lane, though. He hasn't been seen. I guess he hasn't really seen much of an opportunity there. But yeah, that kill down there, that was honestly a situation in which Scott and Music Dude kind of outplayed a little bit, to be honest. They made a really nice play with the Thresh Yasuo, but Music Dude did miss the hook and he did miss the flay, which was a big impact there. If he'd hit those, they might have been able to get out of it. And because of that, because he missed those, Yasuo was taking a lot more minion damage.
Yeah.
And that's what ended up finishing him off. I mean, they had a really nice play and they were able to make the pick. But because the flay was missed and that additional damage there, he just took the minion damage and died. But as you were speaking about before, Sebastian, the ignite on the Thresh, that was what got the kill.
Yeah.
Oh, and a nice stun coming out into the minions there. Ooh, the win. Oh, looks like nothing's gonna happen. Too many minions. Buddy's taking a lot of minion damage though, down to half health after that.
Also, something really interesting to note is that Buddy actually went for the double dagger instead of going for maybe another Doran's Blade, to where Yasuo opted in for. Actually, he got the Doran's Blade and the refillable potion, so I'm not really sure why he went the refillable potion. Maybe to lead into a corrupting potion, but the thing is that I really don't see that item being really well used on Yasuo. Maybe he could have gone a longsword maybe to start an item rather than having some early damage, but we'll have to see where that goes. And a lot of poking everywhere.
We had a nice lane gank there by Lucida. Gragas managed to get Packer's Ghost on this Jax, and a decent chunk of damage down on him as well. Shouldn't lead to anything right now, but could lead to something in a minute or two.
Yeah, it was a little forced. Kind of trying to see if he can get something going. I mean, the lane is pushed into his tower.
Yeah.
He did take advantage of the fact that Jax did use his counter strike, and he was trying to kind of counter strike.
I hate you.
But not much was able to happen because of that, because they were into the tower. But looks like they're making a play in middle lane. Gragas with a nice dash
has
in.
to flash.
Almost
Oh, no,
giving
he's
it up.
dead.
Ignite.
Ignite's ticking.
Nice finish off from Mad Hatter. Very nice play there. They waited for the Kennen to basically use his lightning rush. Then right after that, Gragas came in with the body slam, and they were able to finish him off with the ignite. Very nicely done.
Chudo's trying to make something happen on the back end. Of it.
Ooh, nice hook.
Right into the minions too. He's taking a lot of damage. Ooh, the flash.
So going back to that play mid lane, I think Sean was being really, really greedy with that flash because, I mean, for all purposes, he should have understood that that he was pretty low. He didn't really have a lot of outs after he burned that lightning rush, like you said, Greg. So maybe he should have went for the flash as Gragas was trying to go in for the body slam. I just think he was being really, really greedy there, and you can't really be greedy on that Zed Gragas lane, especially when he's running ignite and you're running, exhaust. So you're not going to really win the trade there. So you need to be sure that you're going to be as safe as possible.
Yeah, Elucida's definitely had a little more impact in this Zac right now. He's been able to get a couple ganks off, but it looks like we might be seeing something happen. It looks like Sal looks like he's trying to get the magical journey going for Elucida. I'm not sure if he's gonna pull it off. Maybe not yet. They do have a ward in Tribush, so they would be able to see him if they got anything going. Looks like they're not going to, but yeah, definitely Elucida has had. Oh, it looks like they're going in top. Jax. Nope. I don't know.
Doesn't have the damage yet.
Buddy has the Sentinels going all around this area, but I don't believe they've actually spotted Chudo on the sack. So that could have been really disastrous.
Oh, but it looks like they know now. And
Here comes the journey, baby.
Is he gonna go for it?
Oh, they're moving up. This is the time.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, disaster! Oh, AFK.
That's the greatest magical journey I think I've ever seen.
AFK.
I can only imagine their comms right now.
No.
You know what the best thing about that is that Goldie and the Silver Dwarfs have no idea that just happened.
Oh, I
Guess they
think
couldn't have seen
they
that.
probably did, but
They couldn't have seen that that's what happened.
oh,
They didn't have vision over there.
man.
That's hilarious. Feels bad, man.
They are doing really good work right now with that Yasuo bottom lane. Thresh is going with the coming out.
No, he doesn't have ultimate.
The
He's got the
box
Tempered
down.
Fate. Oh,
Tempered
Tempered
Fate
Fate
on
on the
the
Thresh, but Yasuo
She still doesn't have Ignite.
Ignite is burning. Exhaust is coming out. The attack. Ooh, nice flash play from the Yasuo, getting that Steel Tempest damage there. Nice, able to finish it off. Oh, hook just missing wide right. Very nice play though, getting that hook on the Callista right into the fly. The
Mad
Tempered.
Hatter's here.
Ooh, looks like they're trying to make something else. No, he's just gonna back out. But yeah, very, very nicely done. The Tempered Fate came out onto the Thresh, but Scott Pilgrim was able to kind of do whatever he wanted and just get past him. They did burn Exhaust on him, but at that point, he had so much damage on the Yasuo, he was able to finish off the kill.
Yeah, and really good timing there too, because Callista actually hadn't hit 6 at the time, so she wasn't really able to respond to anything minus just the flash and the heal. But at that point, really couldn't do much to get away. And plus, that ultimate from Bard missing the Yasuo and just getting the Thresh.
We might see a dive here on top lane. Enchante's sitting on the pink ward. He's coming in.
Oh, nice
Ooh.
counter strike.
Ooh, nice flash.
The flash away. Can he get the stun off? He's got one more Thundering Shuriken. Can't get it in range. Well played by Stock. Play it safe. Like you were saying earlier, respect the damage from the other people. What Enchante didn't do in mid when he gave up that kill, Stock respected it, flashed away. He's safe. He lives. He might lose some of this farm under the tower, but he should be okay, especially with Gragas waiting in the wings. And Zed's here. DG Mad Hair come in. Deathmark down onto Enchante. He's gonna pop.
Done.
That's gonna. Oh.
Okay, well the Ignite got him.
The Ignite took him. A clean kill.
Ooh, are they gonna get two?
Nice
Ooh,
explosive
really nice
cast. Counter Strike is on, dodging some damage. Gonna stun the Gragas, and he's gonna walk away like nothing ever happened. A lot of attention top lane in the last minute or so. All in all, kind of the hilarious thing about it. Both top laners come out of it with no kills, no assists, and they just go back to farming.
Yeah, the beginning of that really kind of was the negative sign, was Enchante going top and having to use his ultimate and missing. And they weren't able to get that kill on Stock. You know, Stock was able to just kind of get out easily. And then because of that, Enchante was kind of caught there a little bit with not much to do. I mean, his flash just came off cooldown right now, or is in the process of it. You know, he just used his ultimate. So Zed was kind of able to get on him really easy, and Illucida was able to use the what's it called?
Oh, nice death sentence from the music dude. That's going to be a dead Bard. A lot of spears in the Yasuo, though. Can Ren deal enough damage to finish it up?
Not yet.
Not yet, nope.
They could go for the dive here. He does have flash on the flight, plus the box.
And Buddy has 0 sums.
Oh, is he gonna get the flashlight?
Nice play.
Nicely played. Very nice. They didn't even need to use the box or anything there. That was very well played. They might be able to get this tower now. I mean, the two of them are pushing freely. That would be first tower gold. Looks like Chudo's coming in top. Maybe the Think of Something jumps in, gets all the damage, but Alcida's there for the whole time. Puts the barrel down.
That's going to be the Zac block. And Packer's not alive to TP to him, so that's going to be a dead Chudo.
I'm guessing he didn't expect for the Grogs to still be there. I guess he thought that maybe he had gotten away. They didn't have any wards in the bot lane, so that was actually pretty smart from them, trying to bait out the Zac without the appropriate vision.
Oh, Cosmic Binding just misses. Still got the slows from his meat auto attacks.
Oh, I don't think Music Dude's in the right way right now.
Coming over. He has his death mark. Oh, that's all. He doesn't even need it. He pops Music Dude. That's that damage, especially with Youmuu's already complete.
A little bit of miscommunication there, a little too deep. Not realizing that, Zed is 3-0, 88 farm to the 71 farm, 0-2 Kennen, so didn't really have a lot of backup there, or not as much backup as he thought he was going to have.
We've got Scott Pilgrim is in case 1v2 here. We got a nice Cosmic Binding from Allergic to Melt, but there's a lot of damage.
Oh!
What a Tempered Fate
my
from
gosh.
Allergic to Melt. Tempered Fate's the last breath damage. And now Yasuo is up a without a paddle. He's going to get death marked by Zed.
Oh,
it's going to be a pop and a death. Oh, and it goes over to Allergic to Milk after all of that.
KS kills
auto attack it, takes it. But
the big thing was they sent 3 people bottom lane to deal with that though, and they're not getting anything else off of it. Scott was able to kind of kite them around for like a good 30 seconds, but they're not really making anything of it. And now Champion Spotlight Osh looks like they're also going to secure Dragon. Yeah, that was honestly just a lot of kiting out by Scott Pilgrim there. He was kind of able to really just distract them for a while. That should have been one of those situations where they should have realized that they were all bottom and tried to do something of it. But because he was able to kite so long and they kind of had to put the focus there, Goldie and the Silver Dwarves were only able to respond to it.
Yeah, they weren't even able to take a tower. They had some pressure. They're going to actually be able to get some of this topside jungle for Chudo. Kind of a consolation prize. Blue buff's up now, so he'll take that away from Elucida. So it's all consolation prizes, though. Like, they'd rather have the dragon have the kill. This might turn into a 2-on-1 stock, though.
He needs to run the other way.
But he's got back up.
Mad Hatter's got Deathmark, too. Oh, no, he doesn't. Looks like they're not going to make anything happen.
The Ignite is taking on the Jason. Kennen is here. Kennen with the Slicing Maelstrom on Enchante. Thundering Shuriken. Can it hit for one more pop of damage? Chudo's going to nail it with the Elastic Slingshot, but he's going to pay for it with his own life.
Yeah, if Enchante
still chasing.
If Enchante didn't go Seeker's Arm Guard first, he might have had more damage to make something happen there.
Yeah.
Stock was kind of able to go into the jungle, but he's in a situation where the Jax and the Zac didn't really have enough damage to follow up with it. They kind of had a little bit of chase potential, but Packer doesn't have his Triforce finished. Chudo only has his beginner jungle item. So by the time Enchante showed up, they didn't take much damage, and then his ultimate, going with that Seeker's Arm Guard, wasn't enough to really go anything. But it looks like LSU's trying to make this gank happen here. Gets the barrel on the Music Dude. Oh, Scott's floating up. Nice dash away to avoid the Tempered Fate, but the ultimate's coming out from Callista. Is it going to be enough? Gets the knocked up. Yasuo's putting the damage down. The Flay's coming out. LSU to getting the Colossus shield. Looks like Scott Pilgrim might not go down. Gets the dashes up. Able to kite around. Not going down. Can they get the Flay and the Buddy get him up? Nice dash in. That's another kill onto the Callista. Oh, looks like Allergic Milk might be up a river. Oh, he goes for the magical journey, landing it for once. Zack attack coming in, able to finish the kill off on the bar. Man, that Scott Pilgrim on the also able to juke around, not get that finishing blow.
I think the Thresh Lantern was put out because there was a point in there where Yasuo was on like 100th of his health bar. Like he was 2 health away. And I think I heard the Callisto Ren sound go through. And I think that was right as the Thresh Lantern went on. Managed to eat up enough of the damage that it didn't lead to a kill and didn't lead to resets.
Actually,
for Buddy
no.
on the Callisto.
The Thresh Lantern was late. The Thresh Lantern was late
Oh,
on the
was
Yasuo.
the Ren damage
but-
just...
Yeah, the Ren
damage
it
just
didn't.
wasn't
He didn't
enough?
have enough Ren. I think Buddy really wanted that last Q, because then that definitely would have been the damage he needed in order for that Ren to go through. But unfortunately, because of the body blocks from Scott's teammates, it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, missing the basque.
Gets out alive though. Cannon still doesn't have a lot of damage.
Shudo's on the Zac, but that's going to lead to a lot of damage.
Nice. Man, that flay right into the last breath from Yasuo was very nicely played. That's a big thing. You can tell they're really playing around Scott Pilgrim. Oh, the body slam coming in. Oh, the meat bottle attacks. Looks like Shudo's just going to dash out of it. Scott Pilgrim's trying to zone them. Might be a little bit too far. Music Dude missing the hook. Oh, I'm not sure how that stun didn't land, but regardless, nothing really happens of it. Looks like they're backing out now. But yeah, they're really playing around the Scott Pilgrim Yasuo. You know, they have the Thresh Fillets to make, the knock-up. They have the Chudo jump-ins to make the knock-up. It's a lot of things that they really have that confidence in him. They picked the Yasuo AD carry, but it shows they have a serious amount of confidence in him to make plays.
And I believe it looks like we're going to see even a Triforce Yasuo AD carry coming in with the Stinger in the inventory. I cannot imagine that would go into a Nashor's Tooth. I imagine the only thing that could go into for him is Triforce. I like Triforce Yasuo if you're ahead. I think the Q damage you get is just ridiculous since it applies on hit effects. Kind of going like along the lines of the Ezreal builds, why you build Triforce on Ezreal. The question is it worth going Triforce before IE? And I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, he's 6-2. Obviously, it's going well for him. We'll see if this build path is the way he ultimately should have gone. We'll see.
Oh, Thresh is a little bit out of place here. LSC, that looks like he might be trying to come in with the body slam. Baiting things out a little bit. DJ Mad Hatter is out of place there. Counter-strike coming out from Packer. Temper Fake goes under the dash. The exhaust is coming out. Looks like it might be enough to finish Music Dude off. Ooh, very nice. Was that a redemption heal?
Yeah, it was redemption.
The Ignite wound up taking Thresh.
Oh, nice leap in. They do have this damage right here. Packer is on touch. Asante is on the back line with the whole ultimate. They're trying to follow up. Very nice ultimate coming out from Chudo. But allergic to milk is... Oh, here comes the ultimate down. Gets on stock, but they don't have a lot of damage. Scott Pilgrim showing up on the Yasuo. He's going to chase him down. Chudo is sitting there trying to keep him busy while he comes in.
Fate's
With
Call's been
ultimate's
used.
coming out. Oh, he...
Oh,
So you can't win
no.
while the ultimate, can you?
I don't think you can because it still knocked up the Yasuo, but it was only the Yasuo.
Technically, Bard is a projectile in that situation.
If you think about it though, like I've played a Yasuo in a Camille lane where like the Camille stun comes in and Camille uses herself as a projectile, but the wind wall can't block it. So I would imagine it works the same for Fate's Call on Callisto, but I guess like not 100% sure. I think that's what I saw happen.
Yeah, they really need to get Enchante just some time to farm, or even... Oh, the nice shot on the Callista, plus the Proto Belt. Very nice hook to follow up. Nothing he could do there. Very nicely played. Slingshot coming out right into the easy kill there. Scott Pilgrim's following up on the Zed, gets the knocked up, but he does have... Oh, the exhaust is coming out. He gets the flash out of him. Looks like he doesn't have any minions. Oh, he flashes to follow up with it. Gets the finished kill. Stock is trying to do something. Might be a little risky, though. Scott Pilgrim is pretty fed. Scott Pilgrim against the world here, folks.
That one was okay.
It's a great movie. Oh,
Yeah,
Chudo
more
with a
action
nice
on
leap.
Scott.
Another Q coming out from Yasuo. Not going to be able to finish anything there. Man, Scott Pilgrim has been landing Steel Tempest after Steel Tempest. Really able to make these plays happen. Get his ultimate and that CC chain.
Well, it's not even him who's doing a lot of the work to get these knockups. He's just got so many good ways into fights between the Zac and the Thresh CC. A very nice team now put together.
How did that not hit him?
Missed a little far wide.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah, but honestly speaking, like as he finishes off the Triforce already on the Yasuo, Phantom Dancer is just such a good item, man. Like it just you can't duel him, and that's something that DG Mad Hatter really had to understand is that Yasuo already had the Phantom Dancer completed with the Sheen, and I believe he also had no, he just had the Stinger at the time. I don't think he had any other components of the Triforce, but still, you know, he also just as a champion working off of the crits that you get automatically from his passive, as well as, you know, the crits from the Phantom Dancer item. You can't duel him unless you have backup coming in the next second to maybe second and a half. There's no way you're going to be able to output as much damage as a Yasuo, especially with that Phantom Dancer passive all over you.
Looks
I
like
believe
fight
we're
might be,
seeing. I believe we're seeing the first of hopefully many random Zomans that CSO is going to build. It looks like Lucy's got in his inventory. He's just starting out. Tempered Fate going out on Shantae and the cannon, but there's going to be a Thresh Lantern to get him to safety. Nothing happening, but Shudo's on the back line. We've got a lot of damage going out. Scott Pilgrim has already taken down Beneficent, and he is on the back line. Zed going in Death Mark onto Packer on the Jax. I don't think it's going to pop enough counter strikes rolling. Packer's just going to turn on this on Allergic Smoke and kill him, and we're going to have all in all a 2-for-0, even a 3-for-0 as Lucida winds up going down also. And this is going to be an Infernal Drake for Goldie and the Silver Dwarves. Something that this comp really likes.
You know, they're really just playing around the Osso. I mean, that's what it is at this moment. You know, Beneficent is down so much gold, and the fact that they have the double exhaust on Goldie and the Silver Dwarves, they can kind of counter that Zed. So the fact that all of their gold is on DJ Mad Hatter. Oh, but he's coming in trying to make the play on Scott. Looks like he might be a little stuck here. The Ignite's coming out, but the Steel Tempest, he puts down the wind wall. Is he going to be able to cut it out? Oh, Buddy's taking a lot of damage from it. Oh my gosh.
No.
That's that Triforce damage I was talking about. That was his
Buddy
cue.
was throwing his auto attacks right into the wind wall that whole time. He might have been able to live. Oh, the flash! Is he gonna pop? Oh, nice lantern to get him in the field.
That Cosmic Bind from Allergic to Move.
Zac attack, no more. Very nicely played there. Whoa, another Tempered Fate coming out. Oh, is it gonna be enough to finish it? Oh, there you go.
The lanterns there.
He's gone. Oh!
Nice try by Lucida. That was
Not
a
sure
very
I
brilliant
saw
play.
didn't save the Cosmic Binding. Or he might have tried to use it there, but I think
Temper
it might have
Fate
been too
going
late.
in. Misses, but it makes that music to dodge backwards. Maybe they can catch up to him. Got the slow. Another slows for days. It's going to be Lucida.
LSC does have his ultimate. He could maybe try to get the execute damage on the... No, they're just saying... No, looks like they just said never mind.
Something interesting that I'm pretty surprised that Sal didn't do was he didn't put a ward right on top of the lantern as he was coming out of the Zanyas, because then he would have prioritized the ward rather than the lantern itself. I've seen a lot of especially Korean supports do that with the pink wards of old.
Scott Pilgrim versus the world is going to end in a dead Scott Pilgrim that time. That was a 1v1.
Yeah, 10-4, you still can't 3v1.
Going into the elastic slingshot. That's a lot of damage on him. He's taking the tower. Tower's going to finish him off. Packer Diehard coming in, seeing if he can get a leaf strike. What a Cosmic Bind from Allergic to Milk to help them run away.
They could keep chasing this.
Packer
does have the movement speed. He's coming in with the counter strike. Oh, that was a nice flash.
And he's going to slice his way to safety. Meanwhile, we're seeing action everywhere. We saw Enchante take out Beneficent while DG Mad Hatter went into the cannon only to not have quite enough damage. And now the reinforcements are here. Chudo and Packer are here, and it's just going to be to push the wave.
Yeah, I mean, I think they have all their gold in DJ Mad Hatter, and I just don't think he's been making plays. He's missed some of his skill shots. He's missed a lot of those engages. Oh, nice elastic slingshot coming out. The lead coming out from Packer, able to finish him off there. Very nicely done from the Jax. But yeah, I mean, they have all that gold in the Zed right now, and he's just not having very much impact. You know, that double exhaust is tough to play against. You know, but at the same time, he doesn't really have anyone to execute that much. You know, he tries to go in on Scott Pilgrim, but he's just kind of able to counter it with his wind wall, and then try to go in on Sante on the cannon, but he's just got the early Zonias.
Well, it's even then, like, Enchante has armor, and he has his stuns. And that's part of why I like that cannon pick into the Zed. It actually has a lot of self-peel for it. Kind of the same thing with Jax. It's very tough for DG Mad Hatter to go in on Jax, because Jax can just counter-strike, stun him, pretty cool. And DG Mad Hatter is going to get hooked in by Music Dude, and he's just going to keep on running. He might be running to a certain death. Hook misses. Can he get over the wall? He's running right to Packer, but it looks like he's got the slip on him. Oh, no, while all this was happening, Buddy got killed. I'm not sure how that happened, but there's a little too much action in this game right now.
Oh, I love it. I love it. This is Clown Fiesta.
And the seed is very tanky for what it's worth. He's got that random finish, which I like. Stock might be up. Stock's gonna get away safe. Deathmark's going down onto Scott Pilgrim. He's gonna have the damage to finish it off. Yes, he will. Temper Fate on the other ones. It looks like now we got the reinforcements. Slicing Maelstrom's up front, Shantae, but he can't go in. Packer now is on the other side of a fight that he might not want. He's taking tower. He's 1v3 and it's gonna be a kill to allergic to melt. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication there. Shudo looks like he might be going in for another re-engage. Lands the elastic slingshot, but instantly gets popped by TG Net.
That was such a nice play by LSC that he used the body slam the second the Chudo slingshot went in. You know, this is something we saw the other week with that big throw, is that right now, Gold in the Silver Dwarfs is a huge lead in gold. I mean, well, actually, they're only up a K now. But, you know, it's that farm. But, like, at this time, they're giving them pick after pick. You know, Scott Pilgrim and Packer were trying to, like, 1v3 or 4, or 2v3 or 4. You can't be doing that. You just got to group up and use that team advantage you have.
Yeah, because this is looking like it's going to take all of that and maybe take a Baron. Slicing Maelstrom's still up for Enchante, but that's if he can even get into the pit.
Yeah, Allergic to Milk is zoning that pretty well, too.
And he's, well, there's the Cosmic Binding down. If you're Enchante, you got to go now.
LSC is low health,
there
though.
He's going in, he's going in. He's
got the ultimate, but he's exhausted, though.
And he's not going to be able to get the back end of the damage off. And that cast goes in afterwards to counter engage. It's going to be a kill on Enchante, but it stalls the Baron. That's one of those plays, you know, you almost sometimes just got to give up your life, stall the Baron. While, yes, it sucks.
No, it's like my... Oh,
Packer's
Packer!
doing it. DG Mad Hatter.
Nice!
What a
Death Mark
play by
play.
DG Mad Hatter. Dodged himself out of that, and now Packer's found himself in a 1v3. Oh, the last breath coming in from Yasuo, though. Tempered Fate down onto 3. Can they
Scott's by himself, though.
that? Nice body slam from Lucida. And now it's a 1v3 for Scott Pilgrim. And he's already used his last breath. It's going to end up being another kill over to CSO. And now Shudo's here. He's trying to let's bounce his way to victory in this 1v3. And also 1v4, his buddy's re-entering the fray. Can he get a kill on... So he's going to get the kill on Stock. Give up his passive and his life for it in the end.
Yeah, these are trades they don't want. They're just going in one at a time. You got to go in all at once. You got to utilize the Enchante Cannon ultimate while Chudo's also jumping in and Scott Pilgrim on the Yasuo. You have to utilize your team comp. You can't be going in one versus 2 or 1 versus 3.
Enchante's got a face going. Face call going out. It's going to... after a flash from Enchante. And you got to remember, if you're GSD... you lost your mid laner stalling the Baron. That fight was a 4v5 inherently. So that's tough to do.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it has a lot to do with the subs. I feel like the subs are trying to be playmakers a little bit. And, you know, Chudo's trying to help them out a little bit and try to get in there. But they got to play it safer here. They got to work as a team. You know, it's your carries are fed, which is great. You know, that's awesome that your Yasuo is 11-6. But you have to utilize them in team fights accordingly. You can't have them going in 1 versus 3. It's just not going to work. They're going to kill him eventually.
Especially on a Triforce Phantom Dancer, he's still going to be fairly squishy. Especially in a 1v3, the Phantom Dancer only negates damage for one person, which is what Yasuo is so good in a 1v1 sense. On the Triforce, it's a very squishy build option. And it's supposed to go in like Steric's Gauge route, maybe even putting out a Banshee's Veil or a Randuin's Omen on yourself. Lucida's got a body slam onto that music dude. He dodges the hook. What a cast from Lucida. And we've got Lantern to safety. Tempered Fate going in, hits 2. Can the Cosmic Binding hit? It hits 2 of them, hits Packer, and we got a Death Mark going out on Packer, but he's going to counter strike, dodge some of the damage, but it's going to be a pop. Pop goes the Packer. This is looking like it's going to be an Ocean Drag over to CSO. I'd say that's worth it.
So right here, Goldie and the Silver Dwarves are looking like they're losing control of the map in presence, in objectives, and in anything else that you can think of, and because they're just playing. They're not playing like a team, like Greg was saying, and it's looking a lot reminiscent of last week's throw. They're just slowly losing control of everything.
Yeah, and now CSO is really able to get into their wheelhouse, get into these 5v5s. have Stock and Lucida kind of be a big front line, and give DG Mad Hatter and Beneficent a chance to just pump out some DPS, which they can do. That was I think he was trying to body slam over the wall, and that was kind of interesting.
Yeah, they're just getting picked. That's I don't understand why they're just not grouping up. Like why do you have your Kennen without teleport top? Just bring him to the team fight. Oh my gosh, Shudo jumping in on Buddy. I don't know if it'll be enough damage though. Buddy should be able to kite him. Oh, looks like it'll finish him off.
He's gonna get the heal from the orc.
Yeah, he's gonna finish him off. But I just don't know why they're not grouping at this point. Bring your team together. You know, get them grouped up. The other team arguably has a worse team fight than you do. Get them grouped up. Get in there. You know, 5v5. And then right now they do with a 5v4 advantage. They might be looking towards Baron possibly.
There were pings down on it.
Yeah, Champion Spotlight Auction does have no vision on it. They might be trying to bait it. Packers going in for an aggressive play on the blue bomb.
Got a flash
the stun's coming out
in.
from Stock. Nice hook on the Stock to get him in. The flay's coming out. Shudo is missing the jack.
This is a
The back
45.
line. Is coming in with the ultimate though. Damage is coming out. DJ Mad Hatter's falling down. Just not enough of them. What are they gonna do with this advantage here? They're gonna offer the Baron. They're gonna push. What are they gonna choose to do?
They could honestly get top tower and then go for the Baron because the death timers are getting pretty high at this point.
Look right here. They're split. Why are you split? Group up. Do something as a team. Push mid together. Get in there.
And
Thresh getting
now
kicked off
got
for
out.
free.
Why are they split? Group up. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
It's so
Save
cute,
the tower,
man.
and it hits too. Fate's call
Ooh.
hits Packer. He's got his counter
Oh
trick. That's
my
for the
goodness.
damage.
This tilts
Oh,
me.
what a cast from Lucida. It's going to be another kill going over to Allergic to Melt.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. You made a sweet play. It was a 5v4. You got like 3 kills. I think someone just spawned. And 2 kills. That was a perfect opportunity to group as 5 and push. Music Dude got caught. Packer got caught. Why would they not just group as 5 and go for Baron? Why would you not group as 5 and just push mid? They're not working together. They're playing a very, very, very solo queue mentality right now. And a team like Champion Spotlight Auction, who has played a bunch of games together at this point, they're starting to get that synergy a little bit. They're working very well as a team. You can tell 3 of them or 4 of them are always together no matter what. And now it looks like they might be opting to go for the Baron.
They do have the Callisto Ren to help with the
There
smite.
is a ward on it though.
And Lucida's a higher level than Shudo, so he's going to have the higher smite damage.
He's gonna try it though. They don't have vision on it. It's gonna be blind.
Enchante's going to have flash, and he could get in there and do a flash. He's got the
There it
blasting
is.
zone too. This is going
now
to
enough
be
to steal
there
it.
over to CSO. A nice ulti from Enchante. Gets him locked up in the damage. Can Packer do anything with that? Can Shudo do anything with that? Death marks down on 2 Thresh. Yasuo's
Oh my god, Buddy's just going off.
And it's
Oh my
going to be
gosh.
a clean 4 for nothing.
Buddy
for
wasn't even
1.
being touched though.
While Yasuo's split pushing bot with his Triforce. I don't even know if he's going to get that tower. Nice Cosmic
Oh, he
Mind. It's
will.
going to be a QSS.
Where would the inhib?
But all the meanwhile, CSO can just start pushing down with this Baron. Because he's
Man,
got
if they had
4
Yasuo
dead-
there, that would have been a different fight. They might
Oh
have
yeah.
won.
That was a really nice engage by Enchante there.
I just don't. Sal, you troll! I love it.
That's actually not a
Mine's
troll
off
move.
now.
That's
Mine
actually pretty
yeah.
smart. They're trying to get as much as they can, so they have to keep out there. But he has to live.
Yasuo
has
is
to
taking
live.
a lot of minion damage though. I mean, the Baron empowered minions.
Ooh.
Temper.
Ooh.
Minions are-
Is he gonna get out? No.
He does have all his minions. Oh!
Oh no! Don't do it to him! Oh no!
Gosh.
Oh,
That's
Sal,
the thing at this point right now is they're not having Scott Pilgrim group. Like it's either Enchante trying to split push or or Scott Pilgrim trying to split push. Group up, just group. What have you
The
possibly
one-
got to lose?
The
You know,
one time
you
they
have
grouped as 5, they rolled over the team fight.
they have the double exhaust, and that's a nice hook coming out. Ooh, the flay following the body slam. The box is coming out, gonna be able to slow him. They don't have a lot of damage though. Looks like just a waste of.
And that's a very tanky
Sending out
Gragas.
the emotes there. But that's the thing. It's like, why are you not grouping up? What possible advantage can you have to these split pushes? You have one person with teleport, who I don't think I've seen Packer split push one out. He's pushed the top to get the wave, but I don't think I've seen him being the one to split push once. It's either been Enchante or Scott Pilgrim. Utilize your team fight. You have a double exhaust. The Zed is going to ult in. You're going to exhaust him. He's going to be useless. Callista's on the back line is 4 and 10. You have 100 more farm on Yasuo. Just group up and kill her. I don't understand. Too many
DG
cheats.
Mad Hatter might be looking
not
for
enough
fight.
it.
Back off. And now let's see. Now that we've kind of got this game under control a little bit, let's see what CSO can take with this Baron. Because as of right now, it's probably a gold deficit with the Baron, simply because Yasuo was split pushing down the inhib tower and bot lane while that was happening. It's a matter of can they get onto this tower and start taking.
They do have the
some chunks
kite,
out
but
of it.
they do have the flank potential from Packer. He looks like he might be trying to have something. If he goes in right now, it looks like he might be. You know, he's trying. He is by himself though. He needs the team to follow up with him. Oh,
Huge
the
placing
nice
gales from
flash
Monchante.
ultimate coming out from Insante. The follow-up, the death mark's going on, but the Zhonya's coming out. Oh, everyone's following up. Yasuo's
But he's
trying
not
to get
being
in there.
touched.
Very nice ultimate from
Now
Yasuo.
he's
On Buddy. Buddy looks like he might go down though. Oh, Scott Pilgrim's not even touched. Wow, Allergic to Milk is going down. Looks like Gragas and Renekton by themselves now. Renekton is putting the damage into Packer though. Packer does have to jump away. Looks like it's a Thresh and he also following up now. Oh, looks like they are going to get this
on the
kill though
side.
on the stock. Little miscommunication there. Team's pretty split.
2v2,
2
which
right
ultimately is still good for. Well, actually, it's actually probably in the end good for Goldie and the Silver Dwarfs because they're in a little bit of a gold deficit right now.
Man,
With how
what a
this game's
surprise
going.
when Golden and the Silver Dwarfs group up and they win a team fight. Who would have guessed that?
Actually, I would. You know something? I would honestly say that they won that team fight because they had a, like, for lack of a better term, they had a godlike initiation from Kennen with that flash ultimate. That was honestly the best case scenario for them. Grouped as 5, being able to get that engage, and still only being able to come up with only 2 kills. I really don't consider that
And
a
the
win at that
tower.
point.
Oh, the flash temper. Ooh, not
Lucia's
gonna
gonna get
finish him off. Nice.
And now the
stun.
reinforcements are here. Deathmark is down onto Scott Pilgrim,
He's gonna pop.
and he's gonna
One
pop,
versus
and
the world
Thresh
again.
is gonna pop.
You. Oh my gosh. You win the team fight. Well, all right, you're right. It could have gone arguably either way. But if you're speaking objective-wise, it's 2 for 2 and you get the tower. Why are you still going in? They're all alive. They're all spawning at that exact time. And now, basically, Champion Spotlight Auction has their pick of the map. What are they going to go for? Elder? Oh, looks like Enchante might
Kennen
be out
might
of
be
place
gone
here.
out.
He is by himself. Oh,
Yeah,
they're
that's
getting
free.
damage on. Oh, killing him before Zonya's able to come out.
Enchante popped.
Open inhib, too.
This could honestly even become the game. It's just a Jax and a Zac who don't have the wave clear to hold this off. It could turn into the game right here. We got 7 seconds on Music Dude, 13 on
They
Scott
are
Pilgrim. They're gonna at least be able to take one of these Nexus towers. Thresh
Kennen
is
doesn't
back
have his
up
ultimate
right
when he's
now.
up either.
A huge last bounce from Trudeau. He is all over the backline, but he just doesn't deal the damage. And
Yeah,
he's
they don't have any damage dealers. Yasuo is up now, though.
now. So it's gonna be one Nexus tower and a
Oh, that was
looks
awkward.
like a clean getaway. Unless it's a couple hit. Nice
Oh.
tempered fate from Allergic to Milk.
They do have a big wave bottom lane. They could work with this
Scott
a little
Pilgrim
bit.
is still chasing this down.
Why?
He
Oh
has
my
he has
gosh.
ulti. Zed has ultimate.
They don't have Kennen though.
Oh my.
Oh, nice body slam.
Good disengages. This Gragas pick is looking very good. It's very nice for the disengage.
Oh, there's a teleport coming bottom lane. It's Packer though.
I think that's a little late though.
Oh, what a rough teleport. He's just gonna die now.
Yeah, that's a little late.
Nice face off.
And looks like they might be able to get this kill on stock though. He is by himself. And Sade does have his ultimate. I don't think he's gonna opt to use it. They do get the exhaust from the Yasuo out, getting the damage on stock. He just uses slice and dice. He does have flash up. Might be able to flash over the wall, and now I'm gonna finish him off before he does use it.
That could give the Elder Dragon right over to see it. That was 3 people top.
Ooh, it's a good call. This Shudo is gonna look like he might try to steal this though.
He's gonna have a tough time outsmiting this between Callisto and his.
And Allergic to Milk is trying to zone them a little bit. The rest of the team is coming down. Dragon's down, 3,000 health. 2,000 health. Looks like they're not going to have enough, though. Looks like they're going to be able to get it, no problem. Now, do they turn and fight this now? Allergic to Milk with the Cosmic Fighting coming out to slow him. Ooh, Body Slam has been used. There it is now. Nice slow coming out. Looks like it's going to be enough to kill the Thresh off. Doesn't have Flash. Finishes him off. What are they going to do with this? They push mid, try to end the game? Where are they going to go? Top lane, maybe?
I mean, at this point, you should probably split and try to distribute a lot of the dragon buff elsewhere, because mid's automatically going to be pushing, so they're going to have at least, you know, 1 or 2, at least one fed character in the middle, and the rest trying to you know, more or less try to defend what's left of their side lanes. So I say
All
the
right,
split.
we have DG, Mad Hatter, and Scott Pilgrim now sitting a full build. So they're definitely pumping out the damages. We already saw that, and Scott Pilgrim did opt into a Sterix Gauge, which I think is smart. There's a lot of physical damage on CSO's side. Give him a little bit of survivability so that maybe he can survive some of these fights a little longer. We might have a Shudo pick out here. It's going to be a 1v5, but there's reinforcements coming from Golding's. Let's Bounce is going to take him. Oh, but the Coptic Binding hits. And here's Enchante coming in with a big Siphon Maelstrom. It's only going to really hit the tank, so Bud Nivisson's going to start getting some resets upon resets. And it's going to be a wiped
He didn't
3-0 fight.
Kennen
Shudo's
died with his
still there.
Zonyas.
Shudo's going to be dead. This could either lead into a Baron, or they could just run it right down mid. I think it's looking like they're going to go into top and start taking these towers.
I mean, why not? You still have the Elder Dragon buff. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you really don't need the Baron buff at this point for whatever. Okay, that was a little cheeky. A little flash to enjoy the hook there.
Separate Fates himself says, I'm going for this play. Everybody's popping.
Nice.
Looks like that might be game.
It's definitely going to be double in him. And nobody's up for 10 seconds. Enchante's back up in 10 seconds. Will not
But he
have
doesn't have his
ulti.
ultimate though. Yeah.
He has his flash, but Kenneth's not going to do
That's
much
it.
without his ulti.
See, that's just the thing, man. We'll analyze it after this game, but it looks like that might be the end of it. Champion Spotlight Auction is taking the game. All right, but so here's where in my opinion, GSD kind of got behind a little bit. Is early game. Yeah, he was way ahead of the Callista. You know, definitely could have been a situation in which he could have just easily made a lot of plays. But then they split. They sometimes they sent Enchante top. Scott Pilgrim was bottom by himself a lot of the game, trying to just kind of split push, which is not what this team is built around. You have an Enchante Kennen ultimate, a Chudo ultimate, plus Packer can get on the pack line, and your Yasuo is fed. Group up. Utilize that. Buddy, at one point, I think was like 1-10 or like 2-10. Something crazy
Yeah.
behind. He ended the game 8-11 because he was grouped with his team, because they made these picks on them. They just, instead of trying to focus on team fights, they were focused more on the individual split push play.
Mm-hmm. I can't agree with you more.
Yeah, and it was really counterintuitive for that Yasuo pick there at the end because of the fact that he was the one that wanted to split push with that Triforce build. And you know, the thing is that I made a little bit of a note of it. He had 18,000 gold under his belt, whereas every single other one of his teammates only had 12. He had the most amount of gold. He had to be there to output that damage, to be able to hit those outplays, and especially to hit those wind walls, so that way Buddy couldn't get his damage through as well. I think that was another key factor that we didn't really touch upon, is that they were missing that wind wall, and Buddy ultimately, you know, you either had to go all in on Buddy and try to pop him as fast as humanly possible, because you know, it got to the point to where he was able to output all that damage, especially with that Runon's Hurricane being able to hit 3 targets at the same time. It just spiraled out of control because of the fact that that Scott Pilgrim wasn't there the entire time.
All right, guys. It looks like we're going to take a little break here, get the lobby set up. So we'll be back in a couple seconds.
All right, cool.